I'd spent 15 years cleaning the offices of Vertex Technologies watching it grow from a scrappy startup into a $200 million tech giant from behind a mop and a cart of trash bags. Every night was the same routine. Empty the bins, vacuum the carpets, wipe down the glass conference tables where million-dollar decisions were made. To them, I wasn't a person. I was Manuel Reyes, the quiet janitor. Barely noticed, barely acknowledged. What they didn't know was that I spoke 5 languages, held an MBA from overseas, and had been investing nearly every dollar I earned into Vertex stock since its IPO. It wasn't a secret strategy. It was just something no one ever bothered to ask about. In their world, a janitor stayed a janitor. Not an investor, not a thinker, not someone watching, just background noise. My first investment was $5,000, everything I had saved. Then I kept adding. Year after year, especially during the 2008 crash, when panic hit the markets. While executives bought vacation homes, I took out a second mortgage and bought more Vertex shares quietly, consistently, patiently. I understood the company better than most of the people running it because I saw what they didn't. The late-night arguments they thought no one heard, the printed emails left in trash bins about failing products and rising customer complaints, the internal reports quietly contradicting public optimism, and most telling of all, the executives selling their shares while telling employees to stay confident. By 2023, Vertex had changed. The founding CEO was gone, replaced by Elliott Warner, a polished Harvard MBA with a talent for presentations, not products. Under him, innovation slowed. Costs were cut. Developers were fired while executive pay rose. The stock flatlined, and still, every night, I cleaned his office. One night, I found a printed report in the trash. Declining product quality, customer churn rising, competitor features pulling ahead. It was all there. Just ignored. Then I learned something important. The ownership structure of Vertex wasn't what people assumed. The founder still held a massive stake, 40% through a family trust. The board planned to quietly buy it over time, but I had a relationship with him they didn't know about. We had spoken over the years, at first casually, then honestly. He didn't see me as just a janitor. He saw me as someone who understood the company. Eventually, he contacted me. I can't trust the board anymore, he said. I need a beer who cares about the company, not just profit. That was the opening, and I took it. What he didn't know was that over 15 years, my position had grown far beyond my own salary. I had also helped friends and family invest alongside me. Together, we controlled nearly 20%, at the founders 40%. And the math changed everything. I formed Sierra Vista Partners, pulled capital, secured financing, structured the deal carefully. Within 30 days, the founder's shares were purchased. Quietly, legally, decisively. We now controlled Vertex Technologies, and no one at the company knew. Not yet. The shareholders' meeting was where it all surfaced. I arrived in my only suit, sat in the back. People barely noticed me. A janitor in a shareholder meeting. Some smirked, some laughed. Then Elliott Warner began his presentation. Growth projections, executive compensation increases, strategic restructuring. During Q&A, no one challenged him. So I did, calmly, precisely. Why has executive compensation increased 40% while R&D spending dropped 30%, despite falling customer satisfaction? The room shifted. Warner blinked. Well, executive retention is critical. But I continued, customer satisfaction is down from 92% to 76%. Engineer retention has dropped from 4 years to under 2. Competitors are outperforming us in every release cycle. Silence followed. For the first time, I wasn't invisible. Warner's tone hardened. Mr. Reyes, these decisions require a business education to fully understand. A few executives laughed. Then, the doors opened. A woman entered with legal documents. This represents a completed acquisition. She said. Sierra Vista Partners had purchased the founder's 40% stake. Combined with existing holdings, we now controlled the majority. Warner's face drained of color. That's impossible. It's complete, she replied. Legally binding, whispers spread through the room. Then she turned. Our managing partner is present. All eyes scanned the room, expecting someone important, someone rich, someone visible. Instead, I stood up. I am Manuel Reyes, I said. Managing partner of Sierra Vista Partners. Double quote silence. Absolute silence. Warner stared. You're the janitor. I nodded. I walked forward. I've been inside this company for 15 years. I've seen what works. I've seen what fails. I've seen decisions made without understanding the product or the people building it. I placed a folder on the table. Our plan restores our R&D investment, restructures executive compensation, and creates real pathways for internal talent. Institutional investors began reading. Some nodded. One spoke up. Perimeter Capital supports the motion. That was enough. The vote followed. Overwhelming approval. The board was replaced. The executives removed. Warner sat frozen as everything he built collapsed in real time. Before leaving, he finally said it. You were just the janitor for 15 years. And said nothing. I looked at him. I said plenty. You just never listened. After the meeting, I didn't celebrate. I returned to the office that night, but not as an employee. As the majority owner. People stopped in the hallways. Confused. Shocked. Some ashamed. A colleague asked quietly, So, you own the company now? No, I said. We do. Over the next months, Vertex changed. R&D expanded. Executives were replaced with engineers who understood the product. Employees at all levels were given equity. And for the first time, ideas didn't depend on job titles. A janitor's perspective mattered. An intern's idea mattered. A developer's warning mattered. 6 months later, the company's product line surged forward. Customer satisfaction climbed. The stock rose sharply. But I didn't change my life. Same house. Same car. Same habits. Because wealth, I learned, wasn't about display. It was about control over time and dignity. A year later, during a company event, a maintenance worker approached me. I want to study computer science, she said quietly. But I was afraid no one here would take me seriously. What's your name? I asked. Gabriella. I nodded. Double quotes. Then apply for the internship. And start investing even a little. She hesitated. Why? Because I told her the truth. The best investors aren't the ones with the most money. They're the ones who see clearly from where they stand. That night, I thought about everything that had changed. Not because I took power, but because I finally recognized where value had always been hiding. Not in corner offices. Not in titles, but in the quiet places people ignore. Sometimes, the most important person in the room isn't the one speaking. It's the one everyone assumed didn't matter at all.